And this is what it would sound like underwater.
Yes, sir.
Fascinating. If my suspicion is correct, there can be no response to this message. Excuse me.
Where are you going?
To test my theory.
Why don't you stay here?
No way. Somebody's got to keep an eye on him.
Spock?
As suspected, the probe's transmissions are the songs sung by whales.
Whales?
Specifically, humpback whales.
That's crazy. Who would send a probe hundreds of light years to talk to a whale?
It's possible. Whales have been on Earth far earlier than man.
10 million years earlier, and humpbacks were heavily hunted by man. They've been extinct since the 21st century. It is possible that an alien intelligence sent the probe to determine why they lost contact.
My God.
Spock, could the humpback's answer to this call be simulated?
Sounds, but not the language. We would be responding in gibberish.
Does the species exist on any other planet?
Negative. Humpbacks were indigenous to Earth. Earth of the past.
Well, they have no choice. They must destroy the probe before it destroys Earth.
To attempt to do so would be futile, Admiral. The probe could render us neutral easily.
We can't just turn away. There must be an alternative.
There is one possibility, but of course I cannot guarantee success. We could attempt to find some humpback whales.
You just said there aren't any, except on Earth of the past.
Yes, Doctor. That is exactly what I said.
Well, in that case... Now, wait just a damn
Spock,
minute.
start your computations for time warp. Bones, you come with me.
Red alert. Red alert. Red alert.
Admiral, we need that power to keep the medical and emergency facilities functioning. All underground storage systems have been shut down due to contamination from the probe's wave.
Red alert. Red alert.
Hey, Doc, let's see a place in here.
Red alert. Red alert.
Scotty, how long is this bay?
About 60 feet, Admiral.
Can you enclose it to hold water?
I suppose I could. You planning to take a swim?
Off to the deep end, Mr. Scott.
We gotta find some humpbacks.
Humpbacked people?
Whales, Mr. Scott, whales. About 45 to 50 feet long, about 40 tons each.
You really gonna try time travel in this rust bucket?
We've done it before.
Sure, slingshot around the sun, pick up enough speed, you're in time warp. If you don't, you're fried.
Would you prefer to do nothing?
I prefer a dose of common sense. You're proposing that we go backwards in time, find humpback whales, then bring them forward in time, drop them off, and hope to hell they tell this probe what to go do with itself.
That's the general idea.
Well, that's crazy.
You got a better idea? Now's the time. Your computations, Mr. Scott?
In progress, Admiral.
Uhura, get me through to Starfleet Command.
Red alert.
I'm picking up a faint transmission.
Red
I think
alert.
it's Admiral Kirk calling.
On screen.
Starfleet Command. This is Admiral James T. Croix. On route to Earth. We have intercepted and analyzed the call of the probe. Threat manure.
Satellite reserve power. Now.
That only the extinct species, humpback whale, can give the proper response to the probe. Do you concur with this opinion?
Stabilize. Emergency reserve.
Starfleet Command, do you read?
Go ahead. I'm hearing you, Starfleet Command. If you read me.
We're going to attempt time travel.
We are computing our trajectory at this time.
Get him back! Get him back!
Ready to engage computer, Admiral.
What's our target in time?
Late 20th century.
Can you be more specific?
Not with this equipment. I've had to program some of the variables from memory.
What are some of the variables?
Availability of fuel components, mass of the vessel through a time continuum, and probable location of humpback whales, in this case, the Pacific Basin.
And you programmed all that from memory?
I have.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us.
Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 4.
No doubt about your memory, Spock. Engage computers. Prepare for warp speed. Shields, Mr. Chekhov.
Shields, aye.
May fortune favor the foolish. Warp speed, Mr. Sulu.
Warp 2. Warp 3.
Steady as she goes.
Warp 4. Warp 5. Warp 6. Warp 7. Warp 8.
Sir, heat shields at maximum.
Warp 9. 9.2. 9.3.
We need breakaway speed.
9.5. 9.6. 9.7. 9.8.
Never have let.
The mains are down, sir. Box power is... My God, Jim, we're on.
But it is the human thing to do.
Mission? Spock, you're talking about the end of every life on Earth. Mr. Sulu. Mr. Sulu. Mr. Sulu.
Aye, sir.
What is our condition?
Sir, the braking thrusters have fired.
Picture, please. Earth. But when? Spock?
Judging by the pollution content of the atmosphere, I believe we have arrived at the latter half of the 20th century.
Well done, Spock.
Admiral, if I may, we are probably already visible to the tracking devices of the time.
Quite right, Mr. Spock. Engage cloaking device, Mr. Chekhov.
We are crossing the Terminator into night.
Homing in on the west coast of North America.
Admiral, I am receiving whale song.
Put them on speakers.
Admiral, this is strange. The song is directly ahead. It's coming from San Francisco.
From the city? doesn't make sense.
Admiral, we have a serious problem. Would you please come down? It's these Klingon crystals, Admiral. The time travel drained them. Now they're giving out, decrystallizing.
Give me a round figure, Mr. Scott.
Oh, 24 hours, give or take, staying cloaked. After that, Admiral, we're visible and dead in the water. In any case, we won't have enough to break out of Earth's gravity, to say nothing about getting home.
I can't believe we've come this far only to be stopped by this. Is there no way of recrystallizing the dilithium?
Sorry, sir. We can't even do that in the 23rd century.
Admiral, there may be a 20th century possibility.
Explain.
If memory serves, there was a dubious flirtation with nuclear fission reactors, resulting in toxic side effects. By the beginning of the fusion era, these reactors had been replaced. But at this time, we may be able to find some.
But you said they were toxic.
We could construct a device to collect their high-energy photons safely. These photons could then be injected into the dilithium chamber, causing crystalline restructure. Theoretically.
Where would we find these reactors, theoretically?
Nuclear power was widely used in naval vessels.
San Francisco. I was born there.
It doesn't look all that different.
Set us down in Golden Gate Park.
Aye, sir. Descending.
We'll divide into teams. Commanders Uhura and Chekhov will assign the uranium problem.
Yes, sir.
Dr. McCoy, you, Mr. Scott, and Commander Sulu will convert us a whale tank.
Oh, joy.
While Captain Spock and I attempt to trace these whale songs to their source.
I'll have bearing and distance for you, sir.
I want you all to be very careful. This is terra incognita. Many of their customs will doubtless take us by surprise. It's a foregone conclusion. None of these people have ever seen an extraterrestrial before. This is an extremely primitive and paranoid culture. Chekhov will issue a phaser and a communicator to each team. We'll maintain radio silence except in emergencies. Those of you in uniform, remove your rank insignia. Any questions? All right. Let's do our job and get out of here. Our own world is waiting for us to save it, if we can. Commence landing procedures.
Aye, sir.
Don't tell me you two are fighting again. I thought you made up last night. Why are you two always fighting?
I like the way she fights.
Oh.
Anyway, I said to her, if you think I'm gonna spend $60 for a damn toaster oven, you're out of your mind.
What'd she say to that?
What the hell was that?
Did you see that?
No, and neither did you, so shut up.
I didn't see nothing.
Bearing to the whales.
283 degrees, 15.2 kilometers.
Everybody remember where we parked.
on you!
It's a miracle these people ever got out of the 20th century.
They're still using money. We gotta find something. Spot, the rest of you stay here. And the rest of you break up. You look like a cadet review.
Yes, 18th century American. Quite valuable. Are you sure you want to part with them?
How much will you give me for them?
Excuse me. Weren't those a birthday present from Dr. McCoy?
And there will be again. That's the beauty of it. How much?
Well, they'd be worth more if the lenses were intact. I'll give you $100.
Is that a lot? All right, that's all there is. So don't splurge. All set? Good enough. So, Spock, here we are. Thanks to your restored memory, a little bit of good luck, we're walking the streets of San Francisco looking for a couple of humpback whales. How do you propose to solve this minor problem?
Simple logic will suffice. I believe I shall begin by making use of this map. I have the distance and bearing which were provided by Commander Uhura. If we juxtapose our coordinates, we should be able to find our destination, which lies at 283.7 degrees.
I think we'll find what we're looking for at the Station Institute in Sausalito. A pair of humpback whales named George and Gracie.
How do you know this?
Simple logic.
What does it mean, exact change?
You mind telling me how we plan to convert this tank?
Ordinarily, I could do it with a piece of transparent aluminum.
I'm afraid you're a number of years too early for that.
I know. We got to find the 20th century equivalent.
But where?
Did you find it?
Yes, under U.S. government. Now we need directions. Excuse me, sir. Can you direct me to the naval base in Alameda? It's where they keep the nuclear vessels. Nuclear vessels.
Excuse us.
Oh,
can you
excuse
help
me.
us?
We are looking for nuclear vessels. Can you tell me where the naval base is in Alameda? We're looking for Hello, we are looking for the nuclear vessels in Alameda. Could you tell me where...
Can you help us?
Please, we're looking for the naval base in Alameda. Could you tell me where the nuclear vessels are?
Ooh, I don't know if I know the answer to that. I think it's across the bay, in Alameda.
That's what I said, Alameda. I know that.
But where is Alameda?
Just where is our future? The things we've done and said. Let's just push the button. We'd be better off dead. 'Cause I hate you. And I berate you. And I can't wait
mind
to
stopping
get
that
to
noise?
you. The sins of all our fathers being dumped on us, the sons. The only choice we're given is how many megatons.
Excuse me.
And I
Do you mind stopping that damn noise?
And I say screw you. And I hope you're blue too. We're all bloody worthless.
Admiral, may I ask you a question?
Spock, don't call me Admiral. You used to call me Jim. Don't you remember Jim? What's your question?
Your use of language has altered since our arrival. It is currently laced with, shall I say, more colorful metaphors. Double dumbass on you, and so forth.
You mean the profanity?
Yes.
That's simply the way they talk here. Nobody pays any attention to you unless you swear every other word. You'll find it in all the literature of the period.
For example?
Well, the collected works of Jacqueline Suzanne. The novels are Harold Robbins.
Ah. The Giants.